Tonight, millions of Americans are hungry, but the problem hits closer to home than most may think. We have some final stress relief help for students, and STEMFest makes learning fun again. NTC News Tonight starts now.
From the Northern Television Center at Northern Illinois University in DeKalb, you're watching DeKalb County's only television news source. This is NTC News Tonight.
Hunger affects 40 million Americans every day, and half of them are children. Good evening. I'm Jason Frumner. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm George Rodas. This week is Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, and reporter Gabrielle Wright finds out that students may be battling hunger as well.
Alex Demetralis isn't worried about the freshman 15. He's searching for a way to get full for under $15 a day.
It's not very nutritional, so I end up spending like almost $10 on an all-you-can-eat buffet.
But if Alex ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner with his $60 meal plan, he'd only be able to eat buffet style 3 days a week. NIU also offers $90 and $110 plans, but with tuition rising and state-funded grants dwindling, that isn't always an option for students. Community advisors are paid $110 dining dollars a week, typically with extra to spare, instead of letting it go to waste.
Sometimes I have residents that are running low and they want to get something to eat or whatever, or sometimes I just offer to take them out because I know they might be running low on Friday or Saturday.
These free swipes, or payment for food, are a regular sight for these dining hall workers. Sometimes, they say, students ask for swipes in groups.
In Haiti, I used to have rows of trees bordered.
At the Student Association's Oxfam banquet, these students are broadening their views on poverty by role-playing and sharing personal stories. To participate, you stand in line and receive a social status. I'm a 16-year-old in Afghanistan. Based on that social status, you're told what you are and aren't allowed to eat. There's a little laughter going on as people joke about stealing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches from the middle class or sharing the little bit of rice that's allowed for the low class to eat. But there's still a gravity of seriousness as we listen to statistics about poverty and homelessness in the United States and even right here on NIU's campus. A recent survey shows that 1 out of 5 college students claim to be without food. That would be almost 4,000 hungry students on our campus. 3 of them in this line. In DeKalb, I'm Gabrielle Wright, NTC News.
Canned food drives, panel discussions, and a box city have all taken place this week. Visit NIU's Student Involvement in Leadership Development website for a calendar of events.
Other people around DeKalb are also lending a helping hand in the battle against hunger. Radio station WLBK is hosting the 11th annual Freezing for Food charity event. WLBK's Terry Ryan has set up a camp out by the Target and Aldi Shopping Center in Sycamore Road. WLBK is inviting people to donate canned goods into their storage unit. The items are then donated to the local DeKalb County Salvation Army.
People will come by with just a bag of 4 or 5 pounds of food. They make an extra effort, and it's really great when they have the kids actually bring the food over to us, and they'll ask, what is this for? And then we tell them that there's kids that don't have the food, and it's wonderful to see all the little donations.
Food will be collected today through Saturday, December 3rd.
And while residents are reaching out and helping the hungry during the holiday season, NIU's Health Enhancement Center is reaching out to students and helping them deal with stress.
Final exams are next week, and students are already feeling the pressure. Alicia Chowhusky, sorry about that, joins us from Health Enhancement to tell us more about finals-related stress. Alicia, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how big of a problem is stress during this time of year, and how does it affect everyone, like most students?
I would say the majority of students. Health Enhancement has done some studies, some research with students, and we have found that stress is the #1 impediment that students report to academic success, especially at this time of year.
And what are some stress-free zones, and how do you think they help students?
The Stress-Free Zone is a new program starting this semester. We are in Diversions Lounge during the day, and tonight's the last evening of it, and we will be in Stevenson Multipurpose Room. We have lots of different options, activities for students to be a part of, coloring, Play-Doh, we have therapy dogs, we have a massage therapist, a meditation center, as well as lots of handouts and resources about how to relieve your stress in a healthy way.
How many students have come out this year?
So far, not counting today, we've had probably over 100, maybe close to 120 at this point.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And any final suggestions for students who, as they start to hit the books?
Take time, take a break, relax, breathe, schedule in time to do things that you enjoy, schedule in time to have some fun, socialize, talk with your friends, and it's okay to walk away and, make sure you get some sleep.
Of course, sleep is always important. Alicia, thanks so much for joining us and being with us today, and your organization for all the help you guys are doing for the students. We really appreciate that.
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks, Alicia. I have to check out one of those stress-free zones sometime today. Coming up later, learning can be fun after all, and my visit to the STEM Fest proves it.
The holiday season is a time for family and cooking, and unfortunately, cooking-related fires. The DeKalb Fire Department is doing its part and is making the public aware of the risks. Starting on Thanksgiving Day, the red wreaths are being placed on all DeKalb fire stations. The wreaths will have all red bulbs, and for each cooking fire, one of the light bulbs will be changed to white. Now, the goal is for the wreaths to remain red. Cooking fires represent over half of all the fires in DeKalb.
NIU's bringing in the holiday spirit with music. The NIU School of Music is holding its 14th annual holiday concert in the Bautel Memorial Concert Hall Sunday at 3 p.m. Members of the Chamber Choir, Concert Choir, and University Chorus will perform a variety of holiday favorites. Also, there will be an appearance by the NIU Graduate Brass Ensemble and the Community School of the Arts Children's Choir. General admission tickets are available for purchase, $7 for students.
The Occupy Wall Street movement has spread throughout the U.S. since its beginning in mid-September, starting in New York. The movement has made it here to DeKalb, and you might find it interesting just how different the DeKalb movement is from the other ones across the country.
These folks holding signs and chanting make up the group that calls itself Occupy DeKalb. But if you think they look familiar, that's because some of them are. Some of these people have been meeting here regularly, but only recently have they welcomed the Occupy movement that has swept the nation to their cause. And the regulars have noticed the crowd's growth because of that.
We've gone from 3 or 4 people out here to as many as 40, and that warms my heart.
This is video of the Occupy Seattle group clashing with the local police during their protests. This sort of intense, violent confrontation is not seen here in DeKalb. In fact, there is no police presence at all. That's because the protesters here in town have been peaceful.
I feel strongly that peace is patriotic.
They're also a much smaller group than some around the country.
Now, the folks that were here protesting were doing so in front of the memorial dedicated to our troops who served and are currently serving in the armed forces.
But not just in support of the Occupy movement. The original members of the group have been on this corner for years, protesting the war, and tonight is no exception. In fact, most of the folks here on this night want one simple thing: for the American government to bring troops back home.
They don't need to be over there anymore. They've done their job. They've done a good job. They need to come home.
The people here plan on sticking around for a long time. In DeKalb, George Rodas, NTC News.
The group meets every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m.
And we've been talking about the spirit of giving during the holidays, but it's also starting to feel rather winter-like.
Yeah, that's right. Zach Sunset is here now to give us a look at weather. And Zach, I've heard of rumors about the snow coming. Is it true?
Yeah, I think DeKalb's going to see its first accumulation of snow this weekend, so something to look forward to, maybe even tonight. Taking a look at the highs around the area for tomorrow. It's going to be sunny for much of the region. It's going to be nice out there. It's going to feel a little bit warmer than those temperatures indicated. I have all the details on your forecast coming up. Stay tuned. You're watching NTC News Tonight.
There's a lot of talk out on the street about his mother, his mother, your mother, their mother. But in the end, is anyone really even thinking about them?
Well, welcome back, everybody, on this first day of December. Earlier today, we started out pretty nice, sunny skies, but if you step outside, you look out to the west, some clouds rolling in. It looks like clouds are going to persist for much of the afternoon. As you can see, precipitation, none, but we might have a chance of some snow showers tonight. I'll talk about that in just a moment. The temperature right now, 42 degrees, and as you can see, the daytime high about 42, so not going to warm up much more than what we are currently at. The normal for this time of year, about 38 degrees, so as you can see, we're about 4 degrees above that normal. Tonight's low is going to be about 26, so pretty chilly, but thank goodness we weren't living here in DeKalb in 1966. The overnight low was 6 degrees, so hopefully you don't see those single-digit temperatures for a couple more months. Today's highs around the area, looks like 42 degrees was pretty common. 42 here in DeKalb, even 42 up into Gurnee, out into Chicago, 44, so a little bit warmer by the lake. And into tonight, looks like we're going to have overnight lows around in the mid-20s, so going to be very cold tonight and into tomorrow. Current radar, not a whole lot going on in our neck of the woods. Up into Wisconsin, in the middle parts, some snow accumulation, and that system will continue to push over Lake Michigan and northern parts of Michigan in the next few hours. Current radar, other parts of the country here, looks like Arizona experiencing some rain showers down in the southern parts of Tucson near that Mexican border, all the way up into Phoenix, maybe even some rain into the Grand Canyon. Eastern part of Colorado looks like they're seeing some rain as well. Tonight's temperatures, a cold front will push through our area. As you can see, we're in that kind of teal area here, 20 degrees. Thank goodness we're not in the purples and blues. Those are single digits in teen temperatures, so if you're out and about tonight, make sure to bundle up because it's going to be chilly. And as I mentioned, a 20% chance of some snow tonight. So possibility of seeing our first actual accumulation of snow here in DeKalb, low of 26, so well below freezing. Tomorrow, sunny, breezy, high of 39 degrees. It'll feel a little bit warmer than that because the sun will be out, so a pretty nice day tomorrow. However, tomorrow night, increasing clouds, chance of snow after midnight. So again, another chance of some snow, low of 29. And for the 5-day forecast, the big picture here, might see some snow accumulation Friday night into Saturday and Sunday, so probably see a couple inches maybe by the end of Sunday into Sunday night. Monday, however, the sun does come back out, high of 33 degrees, and then by Tuesday, only 29, so looks like it's really cooling off and getting into those kind of winter weather that it's kind of early, but it's going to be very cold. So.
Yeah. I don't know, you can always put more clothes on when it's cold. It's the heat. You can't really take as many clothes off. So.
But it looks like these winter temperatures and snow, we might actually see our first snowfall, so that kind of might be exciting. But as you know, snow after snow kind of gets old.
It does. Cold and snow, not something I'm looking forward to. Thanks, though, Zach.
You got it.
All right. Coming up, the Huskies are headed to the MAC Championship this weekend. Scott Hudak will have more in sports.
Moving.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body
and your mind.
Whether you like to throw around the football
or ride your bike, pop an ollie on your board,
dance in your room,
play frisbee in the park,
kick the soccer ball around, or just run around with your friends.
Get up, play, and do it your way every day.
Moving every day helps give you a healthy body and mind.
And that makes you part of a winning team. Hey, that was my line!
So be a player.
Be a player.
Be a player.
Be a player.
You'll have more energy to do all the things you like to do.
And tackle anything.
Just be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's www.letsmove.gov.
Well, there's a lot going on in Springfield as Blagojevich is soon to be sentenced.
And the Illinois Supreme Court may alter abortion laws. These are today's State Lines.
Federal prosecutors are recommending a sentence of 15 to 20 years in prison for former Governor Rod Blagojevich. Blagojevich was convicted of corruption earlier this year, and prosecutors argue he deserves the harsh sentence because he abused the public's trust. That sentencing hearing is set for next week.
Also in Springfield, Illinois Supreme Court will consider a dispute over whether the state must begin enforcing a law requiring minors trying to get abortions to notify their parents. The law has never been enforced because of legal battles. Opponents say the law violates privacy and equal protection rights.
A Chicago area shopping mall trashed in the Blues Brothers movie may just be a memory by the end of the year. A mayor's group is voting on a contract to demolish what's left of the Dixie Square Mall in Harvey. It closed in 1979 and was later used for a chase scene in the movie.
The search is on after a man says he accidentally left his life savings inside a suit he donated to Goodwill in Moline. The man is in his 80s and he says the $13,000 is for his wife's medical bills. Goodwill says the suit may have been sold or sent to a regional warehouse in Iowa.
Turning to world news, Hillary Clinton wraps up her historical visit.
And around the world, people remember AIDS victims. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is wrapping up her historic visit to Myanmar. She's been meeting with the country's new president. Clinton urged the leader to release all the country's political prisoners and to cut military ties with North Korea. The new government has already freed dozens of prisoners, but human rights groups estimate another 1,500 remained imprisoned.
Today is World AIDS Day, and the White House have put up red ribbons on their front door to mark the day. The Center for Disease Control estimates more than 33 million people worldwide are currently infected with the HIV virus. 50,000 Americans become infected every year.
The Santa Ana winds sweeping through Southern California are toppling trees and knocking out power across the region. 75,000 customers in the Los Angeles area were without power after the winds downed trees and power lines. The National Weather Service says the winds have been gusting at 80 miles an hour. Many flights are being diverted or delayed.
Nearly 100,000 Americans could get a nice check just in time for the holidays. The IRS says it's sitting on $153 million in unclaimed refund checks because people didn't update their addresses. If you think you're entitled to a refund, just head to irs.gov and click on Where's My Refund? And that's today's World Watch. The Huskies football team is gearing up for a big game tomorrow.
That's right. Scott Hudak is here now with sports. And Scott, team's been working really hard preparing for this one, haven't they?
That's right, guys, and with good reason. That's because tomorrow night is the 2011 MAC Championship game in Detroit. The Huskies and the Ohio Bobcats are set to kick off at 6 o'clock our time, and the game will be on ESPN2, so be sure to tune in. You can still get tickets to the game in Detroit. All you have to do is visit the Campus Life building. Also, the Cubs signed outfielder David DeJesus to a 2-year contract. DeJesus played for Oakland last year. He did have a down year, batting .240 with 10 home runs and 46 RBIs, but the Cubs are expecting DeJesus to be the Northsiders' full-time right fielder for the upcoming season. Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews is the NHL's second star for the month of November. Taser had 18 points, 9 goals, and 9 assists during the month. The Hawks' next game is this Friday at the United Center against the New York Islanders. And now it's time for your play of the day. So let's head out to the ice, this time in Detroit, where the Red Wings are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning and will pick up the action third period. Detroit's defensemen forget how to skate, lose the puck, and Matt Gilroy gets a breakaway, closing in, shoots, but Jimmy Howard says, "No way, buddy." Let's take another look. Detroit's netminder stops it point blank with the glove, and that's your play of the day. Nice play, even for a Red Wing.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for that look at sports, Scott.
Thanks. Last Friday was the biggest shopping day of the year, now known by most as Black Friday.
Major retailers around the country opened their doors even earlier than years past. We asked students around campus their thoughts on the subject. Here's what you told us.
3, 4, 4.
What do you think of stores like Target opening on midnight on Thanksgiving?
I think it's a little ridiculous, but if people really want to go out and shop at midnight, then...
Oh, I know. I'm gonna
guess it's good for them.
I don't like the idea of it. I think that some families like to have dinner at like 7 o'clock, and then you're eating dinner until like 9:30, and then you're like, oh, I have to go shopping. So there's like no relaxing time. If you're cleaning the kitchen and stuff like that, you're going straight from dinner. It's no like Thanksgiving.
I have no problem with it. I work at Target. I'm actually excited to work the midnight shift. We're getting time and a half, I believe. And it allows people to actually go shopping late at night and then just sleep in the rest of the morning.
They need to have the extended hours due to how many people are going to be shopping.
I'm in the honors program here at NIU. The Honors House is a place where honors students can live together. I lived in the Honors House as a freshman, so I got to meet people right off the bat. I was with students who were in the same kinds of classes as me. So living in the Honors House just meant I had that group to start off with. Living with other honors students made all the difference in my experience, so why go anywhere else?
Northern Illinois University, learning today,
Leading tomorrow.
Technology, engineering, and math at this year's STEM Fest.
I had a chance to check out the annual Science Festival and learn some new things. And science can be fun.
Tesla coils, lasers, and robots. These aren't the typical demonstrations you would expect to see at a science fair, but this isn't just any science fair. This is STEM Fest. Students ranging from preschool, college, and anywhere in between are learning about science, technology, and engineering in a very hands-on way.
I've learned about how some cars can be boosted to be fuel efficient, and I've learned that just a basic little slide can lift an airplane.
National research shows students in America fall behind countries like China, Czech Republic, and Canada when it comes to math and science. Students attending STEM Fest seem to be the exception to this rule.
You get to learn all the different aspects of being a manager and working and being in this day and age, working with the machines and everything else.
A First Robotics Challenge is a program offered to high school students to not only get them excited about STEM-related activities, but also prepare them for jobs as engineers in the future. STEM jobs around the country are some of the highest in demand.
The STEM field, in a way, is kind of pushing your inner limits, and in a way you can design what you want and progress the future.
Students aren't just here to have fun. They're here to learn a valuable lesson about what the future holds for them. NTC News, Jason Frummer, DeKalb.
Nice story, man. Lots of cool stuff going on there. Let's hope next year's STEM Fest is just as exciting, huh?
Yeah, this is our last broadcast semester, and we just want to thank you all for being with us.
Yeah, study hard and good luck on your finals, everyone. And make sure to join us again next semester, and congrats to all the graduates out there.
Goodbye, everyone.